Hey, everybody.
It's dark.
Turning my phone off. All right. Well, hey, everybody. How goes it? Hello, Danny and Wanda. Spags, what's up, bud? Yeah. Well, goodness, there's a bunch of you on already. Pretty cool. Hey, listen, before we get started tonight, can you guys do me a favor? And if you have a question or you want me to read something, put it in like caps or something. Because last time when we were on the live, they just started really going by fast. And I know I missed some people, and I apologize for that. But anyway, put them in caps. That'd make my job of trying to read it and kind of go through it. And Spags, for the record, I agree with you. Taxation is theft. Oh goodness, there is. Jonathan says that we're in hoodies. Meanwhile, 99 heat index here yesterday, guys. We've been getting up in the 40s. In the morning, and today it was in the mid 70s. During the middle of the day. But hey, Charles, what's up? Hey, Pat, what's up? Yeah, Wanda, I'm assuming, says Wallapini, not tools tag, because up a little bit up in there, I was informed that Home Depot is having a sale on cordless Milwaukee tools.
Oh, we don't need any more.
Yeah.
Actually, we need a grinder.
Yeah. Why do we need a grinder, B?
Because one is none.
What happened to my grinder, B?
2 is 1.
Yeah.
I don't know. It quit working.
Hey, Laura. Yeah, well, guys, I got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight, so I will try to Laura from Long Island. Actually, it's not very chilly. It's probably, I would say low 60s, high 50s here right now. Jonathan says, the horseradish root put out a leaf this week.
Wonderful. It's going to make it.
Hey, Eagle over Texas, how are you? So guys, I got all kinds of stuff I want to talk about. Real quick, just update from the homestead. I've been working, after we got through the homestead rotation, which I'll talk a bunch about. And hey, Tracy, how are you? After we got through all of that, kind of tried to get back to it. We're still dealing with firewood, but I've been working in pod 4 upstairs on the second floor, trying to get the closets built and the electrical in and all of that stuff. And B, what have you been doing?
I've been in the garden. I've been seed saving.
Harvesting
digging,
seeds?
Yeah, I pulled the weeds off of the potato mound and then just picked up what was the potatoes that were just right on top. So tomorrow I will dig the rest of the potatoes up. And I got a few sweet potatoes.
Yeah, you've seen some big ones out there.
Yeah, they were just sitting right on top of just underneath the what are the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah. When do you harvest horseradish, they're asking?
When?
Yeah.
Fall. When the leaves die back and it looks kind of like it's struggling.
Yeah, Laura
Otherwise, just leave it there and it'll just grow there next year.
Laura says, how do you know when to harvest horseradish? I have 2 new plants. This is their first year, so I wouldn't harvest them this year.
I would leave them, yeah.
Yeah, leave them this year and get at them next year.
Unless you really, 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 really need some, then dig up the biggest, the biggest mother plant.
Yeah. Jasper Mom, hello. Joanne, hello. I think I got everybody in there. RN says planted 6 pineapple plants today. Oh my goodness. I would love to grow pineapple.
I've got 3 pineapples growing.
No, I understand. You got them growing, but they're never going to turn into a pineapple.
I don't know.
Here, in this weather?
I bring it in the wintertime. One is 2 years old and it hasn't brought any fruit. So it's due.
It's due. What else?
It's bigger than the pot itself. So.
Yep. Lots of firewood.
Lots of firewood.
We dumped that dump trailer that was full of firewood. If you guys seen the video on that by our back door. So now we've got to pick it all up and get it all stacked in the enclosed porch.
Yes.
Kind of getting ready for winter.
Yes. And it is really, it's split nice too.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's beautiful. So videos coming up real quick, just so I wanted to cover with you guys. So I've got a cinnamon roll video coming out on Sunday. But I want to tell you something. So I got a video sent to me. It isn't listed yet, from American Roots Farm just 20 minutes ago. You haven't even seen this yet. And it was so interesting to me to watch the homestead rotation through their eyes. because I see it through my eyes, right? And I'm running around 100 miles an hour trying to make sure everybody's got what they need and everything's organized. And
That's right. They had their camera
They
too.
did. And so to watch it through their eyes, I got to tell you,
Oh
no, it was wonderful. Totally touched me, and just an amazing experience. So I'll show it to you when we get done with the live, and you can watch it. But they absolutely touched me, and if I had the time, I would have watched it more than once right in a row, because it was just touching how someone can say, Tag, thank you for your hospitality, and what an amazing thing, and you guys are so cool, but yet they're the ones that flew all the way from Arizona to help me
to work.
And I'm like, we should be saying that to them,
right.
Like, wow, talk about, dedication and commitment. I mean,
right. She made you cinnamon rolls.
Right. I mean, yeah. We're going to talk about cinnamon rolls too. RN says a jalapeno will help with the pineapple plants.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I got.
I will.
I kind of expected you to say that.
I will grow you pineapple plants.
Okay. Hippocrates Garden. Hello. Jess Mom says, I'm watching Tag and Grumpy Acres on Roku and Tag and Bee on my phone. Tag is magical in 2 places. I am. Yeah, amazing how that works, huh? Laura, I'm glad you liked that video. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Lucy says, I watched a video of Danny building corners and tees and put my first wall together. I never knew how to build corners. It goes up tomorrow, finally. Congratulations. Yeah, Mary says cinnamon rolls finally. Yeah, that cinnamon roll thing was an amazing deal. And, I've kind of moved past it. And, I've been begging for some cherry cobbler, and I'm not really getting any cooperation on the cherry cobbler thing, guys. And, I lean on you guys to help me on this cherry cobbler quest that I've been on forever. And, but the cinnamon rolls were wonderful. B wins best smile award. You do have a great smile.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, what else we got going on? So the cinnamon roll video is going to come out, and you guys go to American Roots Farm and watch the Homestead rotation through their eyes. It was amazing to me. Like, it gave me goosebumps. Seriously, go watch it.
So it's already public.
I don't know if she's made it public yet. She sent it to me unlisted.
Okay.
And I watched it. She was wanting me to just see it first or whatever it was, but it was cool. It was just so cool to see it through their eyes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it was just super exciting, super exciting. So then also my speech at the Self-Reliance Festival, I have ready to post. So I'm going to put it probably out middle of next week, like Tuesday or something like that. And then I also I did an interview with our very own Terminator, my crooked little homestead, Lucy. And guys, that girl, man, I'm going to tell you, anybody who's complaining that it's hard, it should not be complaining.
Right.
Lucy does it the tough way, and the way, and for her, and it was amazing when I talked to her, such an amazing attitude towards it, and just empowering, from my perspective. Hey, American Roots Farm is here. Hey, we were just talking about you. Hey, Jess, oh yeah, so B got a sweatshirt that says always on vacation. See that? Yep. How cool
and look,
is
she's
that?
got a shovel in her hand.
Yep.
Got a plant.
Yep. But you know what I don't see in this, Jess? Just so you know, I don't see any cinnamon rolls. I don't see any cherry cobbler. I don't see any of that baked goods in there. I already can't get her out of the garden.
Yeah.
Hey, Grumpy Acres is here. Hey, Grumpy Acres, how are you? Grumpy Acres says invasion should see people piling in from the 28 principles. Yeah, super cool. Hey, Drummondson Live. It says farmers are harvesting sweet potatoes around here, and they leave more behind than they pick up, and anyone can stop and get all they want. It's a sweet deal. Oh, yeah. Mosquito, hello. Did I say that right? I think I've been saying it wrong. Is that right? Deep South says jalapeno will be perfect for pineapples. Yes, it will. And I'm very excited about getting on it, but the weather's turning here, so if I don't get to putting the concrete in pretty quick, it'll have to wait till the spring. Song of Joy says there's no jalapeno on your sweatshirt either.
No, there's not.
Yeah, because it just looks sticking up for me. That's why. Yeah. Did you say that, Carlene? You said that right? Carlene said she loved the 28 principles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan, no wallopini means no walloping. Okay, so what else do we got that's going on? Oh, guys, I got some really cool news for you guys. Well, maybe I'm just the one that thinks it's so cool. But so you guys know that I've listed 3 pieces of land for sale over the last month and a half, and I became aware of a 4th one out there. And so interestingly enough, it looks like the first 2 that I posted, it looks like one of them is going to go to a freesteader, and one of them I missed out on, was sold to a local farmer. The 3rd one that I listed are in negotiations as we speak with another freesteader. And then the 4th one that I just came noticed not long ago was actually brought to me by a freesteader who are in active negotiations as well. So there is a chance, guys, that and it don't matter, but I'm just super excited that there's a shot we're going to get 3 new freesteading families in our area. And, we're certainly going to get some of them, right? And so this is super exciting to me, and it makes it all the work that we put in to make these things go, kind of makes it worth it. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am. Skates Girl says, I went and looked at the wallopini. It would work on the steep. Yeah. It works great on a hillside. Yeah, Laura, she meant the principles. So right before this, Grumpy Acres and I, we've been doing the 28 Principles of Liberties videos. Yeah, Songs of Joy says, thanks for reading through the stupid. Yeah, see, I speak Song of Joy language, right? Carlene. Look, she said, yes, you finally said it right, Carlene. Hey, Mandy's here. Hey, Mandy. Mandy Garrett's here. I had breakfast with them when I was in Tennessee. It was really, really cool. Yeah, what a blessing. I can't even tell you guys how much of a blessing it is and how it motivates me. And, I have people tell me all the time, thanks for inspiring us or thanks for pushing us. But guys, the truth is it's the other way around.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Well, we're trying. Skates Girl says, wow, that's awesome. I know I'd be excited too. I am super excited. Terminator says, Tag, you do such a great job of listing land and helping freesteaders. I'm on a mission. And, I can't just tell you how excited I am. And I'm not going to mention any of their names because that's up to them to do that, not up to me to do it. But I can tell you that all of them, I'm super excited to get to know. And it's interesting. They bring a totally different perspective. None of them are alike. They're obviously they're complete individuals, but I'm super excited about, getting to know them on an intimate level and, just a personal and having that personal bond. And so I'm really, really excited. Jonathan says, Tag needs a sign on the gate, Field of Dreams. Yeah. Remember that movie? If you build it, they will come. Mandy says she loves your sweatshirt. Yeah, she got gifted this from American Roots, and it says always on vacation. And I think it's super appropriate. Let me see where we at here. Okay, Jasper Mom says, Tag and Spags Unfiltered, when are you going to see the app? I keep looking for it. Yeah, so we're on version, after going through the approval process, we're on version 2 right now. We uploaded it this morning, and so I have it, and we've been playing on it, but we just want to make sure that it works. We're having some troubles with the iOS side when the Android side is working just slick as can be. So we just got to get it worked out. Thank you, Hebrews. Spag says, Jasper Mom, he'll let Tag answer it. Come on, Spags, you big chicken. Jasper Mom says she enjoys our success vicariously. That's neat. Lisa, good evening, Lisa. How are you? Just added my merch store. Okay, cool. Okay, so the American Roots said I'm always on vacation was added to their merch store over there. Pretty cool.
Oh, good.
What were you saying, baby?
That's tabletop. Lisa.
Oh, hey, I didn't know. I wish it said tabletop. Yeah, I didn't recognize it. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit while these are going on. So let's talk about the Homestead rotation.
I'm pretty sure.
Here a little bit. So as you guys know from the video, we had over 40 people show up at the Homestead rotation. Most of them were locals, right? Most of them were people that we would normally do this thing with, but we had a few of them show up from a little ways away. And it was, just remarkable. So, American Roots came in from Arizona, and Tabletop Farms came in from Missouri. And that guy named Mike, I call him Indiana Mike. Man, what a great guy he is. And we had just so many cool conversations, the nights before. I got to have 2 dinners. So the night before, all of us, the whole community, went out to dinner. And the night after, all of us went out to dinner, and it was so fun for me. I sat back, the second dinner specifically, I sat back kind of a ways a little bit and just sat in awe kind of all of it. Everyone's just chit chatting and laughing, and,
getting along,
poking
having a
fun.
good time.
And yeah, it was just amazing. Just simply amazing. And I don't want to leave out the normal people that we normally hang around with.
Yes.
Grumpy Acres and Hacks for the Homestead and Data and I'm going to miss a whole bunch of them as I go through this. Nowhere Homestead.
Russell.
Oh, and Russ. Oh, man, that guy Russ. That guy is a beast, man. Just an absolute beast. And it was just so amazing to be able to spend, just to spend some time, with him as he, because he's a pretty old guy, but talk about a wise guy. It's funny. Indiana Mike was telling me that Russ just kept blowing his mind by the way he did things or the things that he said. And it was just a neat experience. And for anybody, and I know there's a few of you in here that know Russ, that have had a chance to meet Russ, and he is definitely a unique individual. I'm going to interview him for my YouTube channel one of these days. He's not really a prepper or a homesteader, but he's an old timer that's been around a long time, doing it a long time. Carlene says, love Russell. Yes, I do too. I absolutely do too. American Roots said they absolutely loved everyone they met. It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome having you guys down. Laura says, what a blessing to have a community, to have such a lovely community. Yeah, it's amazing. Carlene says, Russ is a badass. You know what? Russ is a badass. And I wouldn't want to face him toe to toe when he was 30. I could take him now because he's, 75 years old, but you'd have been a tough old bird. Jonathan said, spending a day with Russ was an enlightening day. Yeah. So Jonathan, since he brought it up, I can talk about it. Jonathan was lucky enough to spend 4 or 5 hours one day with Russ. And, I've spent a lot of time with Russ, and that would be a handful for sure. Amazing human being, but that would be a handful. Jonathan says it was more than that.
Right.
Yeah. Russ is a treasure trove. He is absolutely that. I totally want to interview him because, again, I just think there's just so much wisdom in those older people like that, and just an amazing experience. Oh, Jonathan said it was more like 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. He took me to dinner. Yeah, well, maybe that was a little longer than 4 or 5 hours, Jonathan. I guess I missed it.
It was an entire day.
It was an entire day. Yeah. But how cool is that? But that's an experience, Jonathan, you'll never forget. To say the least, right? I mentioned Hacks for the Homestead, Russ, Data, Grumpy, Indiana Mike, Nowhere Homestead, Tabletop Farms, American Roots. And then there was a whole lot of people, who don't have, YouTube channels and those kind of things.
The Martins.
Yeah, like the Martins. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Caleb and Amber Martin are becoming closer and closer friends to us all the time. And they do so many things so right. And I love their kids. That was an amazing experience. Killian, their second oldest, and he's still pretty young, man. He sat there at the log splitter and worked all day long. Never complained, never moaned, none of it. Also, Tabletop Farms, their kids. I mean, they sat on it all day long. Gives me, great hope that, our future, we might be in good hands, if we can raise enough, kids like those kids.
Yeah. She says, and fry stealing.
And fry stealing. Oh, yeah. There was a fry culprit at the dinner table, and it worked out just fine. But it was actually kind of funny. So B was sitting next to Tabletop's Farm's son, and he was eyeballing her fries. And so B gave him permission to have some fries off her plate. And Lisa, the mom, I don't think noticed that this interaction had gone on. It was said, okay. And so mom turns around and looks at her son taking fries off another person's plate. And the picture was just absolutely priceless. It's like, what are you doing? But it was just awesome. The girls that cooked and watched the babies. Oh, yes. Thank you so very much. I definitely don't want to, break that up. B and I really didn't see each other all day long because B was on kid duty. amongst with, some of the other one,
grab that, grab this,
yeah,
grab that.
Christy and all the kids. And so the kids stayed busy all day long because we do things as a family. Like we don't do typically a boy only event or a girl only event or an adult only event. We usually do it all as family. So there's kids running everywhere, and we got to be careful in an event like this because you got skid loaders backing up and moving and log splitters and stuff. And so they're kind of kept out.
Yeah.
So someone has to go and, take care of the kids and deal with that all day long. And so B did that doing it. So I really didn't get to see her all day.
I did some of that.
Some of it. Yeah. And then Christy did a whole bunch, and, and she's
Amber and
Amber did a bunch.
Dahlia were with
Dahlia
the kids.
did it. Yep. I also had, if you guys didn't noticed in the video, my 2 boys were out there. And you could tell because they look just like me and they're gigantors and big and tall, but they were there. That was, a lot of fun too. It was absolutely amazing. B is good with kids. Let me see. Jasper's mom, lots of practice with tag.
With the kids.
Oh yeah. I love kids. And thank you, America Roots. She said that I have great boys. I do. Yeah, it was amazing. Okay. So what else we got on my list here that we want to talk about real quick? Homesteading. So I'll just give everybody kind of the rundown real quick. The app is super, super close. We're just trying to make sure that it works fine. I've been having some issues with getting the iOS systems to install the app. And the reason we're having issues is because it's not a published app. So it's a developer app still. And I can't really talk the lingo, so I'm going to embarrass myself probably here. Once we publish it, the iOS won't have any problems, but we really want to test the iOS prior to publishing it, right?
Yep.
And so we've been kind of, working through that, but I've been playing on it almost every single day. And, it seems to be working fine. It's doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. I'm pretty happy with it. So I think it's ready to go if we could just figure out the iOS thing.
It is different. That's for sure.
It's definitely different. Yeah. But it's an app and a lot of people want an app.
Yes. Well, and I like at the bottom of the screen has the categories so I could flip easy from home to profile to page to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting. Let me see here. Porterhouse from Teal says, "Hey, Tag and B, I missed your last live, but glad to be here for this one. About a bit late, still daylight and working here on the West Coast." Yeah, I get that. I work till dark too. Skanes Girl says, "Oh, iOS would have to be jailbreaked right now." Yeah, right. Andrew, Jonathan, I've used a lot, you guys, and a lot of people probably don't even know this, to do a lot of testing behind the scenes. He's really a smart guy, and he's really thoughtful and helpful. And the way he explains things, I think, makes it simple. And so he's helped us out a lot. And so, I want to say thank you, Jonathan, and you guys should say thank you, Jonathan, too, because, without people like him, I'd be left, me doing it. And that would be like cooking in the kitchen. It would be bad.
It would be bad.
Yeah. Jonathan says, Android app working well. Just know that it will look rather different than the website. So navigating is different. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Procrates says, is there not an emergency authorization order? Works for some things, apparently. Yeah, it doesn't work for what we're doing, unfortunately. Hey, Randy, good evening. Yep. Oh, hey, and you know what? Eagle Lover Texas and Vicky Pullen, who's down at the bottom there, they've also been doing a lot of the testing for us. And Vicky is iOS, and so she's probably ready to kill me. Yeah. So we're just swinging as hard as we can. Part of me says just publish it and make whatever edits then. But once I do that, I'm just nervous to do that. So I don't know what we're gonna do about it. But
you got 10,000 people on there on the freesteading.com. So that's a lot of people to iron out problems with.
Yeah. Oh, check us out. So Kelly says, first Mandy says, thank you, Jonathan. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Kelly says, hey, folks, I made calling cards. So when I meet someone out and about, I can share with like-minded folks to build community in my area. Has my handle for freesteading on it. How cool is that?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like business cards, but.
Yeah. Jasper, I actually really like that idea. I've thought often about just having some cards made that just have, life done free and an email address. So that when someone says, how do I get a hold of you?
Yes.
Because I carry, 3 other sets of business cards, but there are other companies and other things.
Yeah. And you don't want to give
I don't really want to give that out. So I've thought about doing that.
Yeah. Well, like Patch has his own business cards that say, 2 Timothy
Yep.
2.
Yep.
I think that you could have whatever you want on there.
Yeah. Maybe get me some made.
Yeah.
Some cheap place, just black and white, nothing special.
Oh, just
a card.
Super easy.
Spag says, Tag, consider that most American companies launch products that are 75% finished in hopes that people stay on them and become free beta testing while paying for the service. I'm glad we are not that. Yeah. Well, we try not to be that. But the truth is, the people on Freesteading have been filling the website up, which is what we wanted them to do, right? With all the different topics and all the different things. And so pretty cool. But I agree with you, Spags. Jonathan says incremental changes are easy for folks to adjust to, but once I release any major changes, get a little more disruptive. Yeah, no doubt. Terminator says, take your time, Tag. Don't rush it. Everything will fall into place. Yes, it will. Yep, it will. Hey, Miley. Mandy says, that's a great idea. The business card. Yep. Hebrews said, I would volunteer to beta the Android app. All right. So Hebrews, this is what you do. If you send me an email, tagandbe@lifedonefree.com, I will send you a link to where you can beta test the Android app. Deep South says, kitchen clean and Danny's got skunk number 4. It's a good night. Yeah. You know what, Wanda? I really want to one of these days come down and hang out with you and Danny. We've talked so many times over videos and phone calls and all of that stuff, but I would really like to come hang out one of these days.
Yeah, you got to get them before they get you, because that's not good.
Yeah. Okay. Lisa, how are you? Yeah. Lisa was out at the Midwest Preparedness Festival, drove a long way to come up and be part of the community and fit in just like she always belonged there, in my opinion. And so, super happy to see you, Lisa. What else? Okay, marketplace. Let's talk about the marketplace real quick. So it's built. I've been playing with it. If you actually go to my Freesteading page, it's on there already. It's just the permissions aren't allowed for everybody else because we're still trying to work through this. And you guys know, watch Bee's face. Okay, real quick. I'm going to show her some things that I listed on marketplace for sale.
So everybody will have, if they don't have part of the market, if they don't have anything for sale on the marketplace, they won't have a marketplace button.
I need to log in.
Or what?
Yeah, we just haven't allowed. No, we just haven't put permissions on there for everyone to see the marketplace yet because we're still testing it. Right. So hold on here. I don't know what happened there.
So only you can see the marketplace?
I can see it, and Andrew can see it right at the moment. So hold on real quick here.
Hey, you just had it up.
Yeah, but I can bring it up like this too. See right up here where mine has marketplace on it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Vendors.
What is going? He must be working in it. Yeah, I might have to do this another time.
Oh, well, look, it's 60% complete. So it's actually uploading something right now.
Yeah, he's doing something with it. Okay, we'll get back to it. I'll try to get back to it a little bit later. Anyway.
It's something's
Kelly
going on
Ross.
right now.
Oh, we don't want to do that, do we? There we go. Sorry, I got out of the screen. Okay, so where are we at here? Jonathan says his kitchen is a wreck. 2 pots of soup made today, and now a bird in the pressure cooker. Yeah, pretty cool.
Wow.
Yep.
That was Jonathan?
Yeah. Yeah, skunk does not sound good. So anyway, marketplace is close. I've got some help going on right now trying to create terms of service and privacy policies and stuff in reference to the marketplace, but that's really going to be the big hang up. We'll be ready from a development side probably before we get everything done on the legal side, but we have to do the legal side because I'm not going to put everything that I own at risk because someone gets mad because they bought something and got something they didn't think they got, and I was just the middleman. So
Yep.
yeah, so we don't want to be doing that. Also, the forums are kind of being rebuilt right now. We spent some time with a bunch of the moderators trying to figure out a way to reorder the forums and maybe add some categories and those kind of things. So that's being built, right now as well, which is, I think, pretty exciting to have it done. So That's what I think. What do you think?
I think it's pretty exciting too.
Mm-hmm.
I like the new app.
Do you?
Yeah.
You like it better than the website?
Yes, I do.
Just from a navigation perspective?
Yes, I can. It's easier to find people's pictures. What are you doing?
I'm just showing one. Look. Oh, look. Okay. So Kelly sent me an email with her. She said she had those little cards, freesteading.com, find me here. And it has her name.
Cute.
Yeah. Super cool. Yeah. Super, super cool.
That is such a good idea too, because that way you don't have to add everybody to your phone.
Yes. Yes. Mandy says, totally understandable. Yes, please don't put yourself at risk. Yeah, I'm not going to. So, I mean, I have to protect my home. And, we spend all this time getting free from a home perspective. As you guys know, we have, don't really have any debt, don't have a mortgage, don't have a water bill, electric bill, a sewer bill, none of those kind of things. And so I'm not going to risk all the work we put into getting to that spot. I just can't do it. So we're just going to have to wait on the people who will take care of that. Terminator says, my son-in-law is coming over tomorrow. We're going to butcher 17 15-pound turkeys.
Wow.
Yeah, Lisa says, love the app better than the web. Yeah. So Lisa from Tabletop Farms, I gave her the app, and so she's been playing with it for us too. And I'm glad you like it better than the web. That makes me feel good. I wish we could get the other problems done.
One of the things too that I like, whenever I go to the web, it opens up a new page every time I go. And so the previous pages were open. So I could have 2, 3, 4 pages or tabs open under Chrome that are all freesteading, which then I sometimes I can't log in, and sometimes it doesn't show me messages because I have other pages open. So with the app, I've noticed it just takes me right to the same spot I left. So I don't have to, it doesn't open a new page, and it doesn't compete with the other tabs. So
Spag says the notifications being fixed makes the app way better than before. I'm loving it. Yeah. We got an update this morning that went out to Spags and me. And I believe data from Getting Deep with Data went out this morning, which had some changes in it. Yep, that is a lot of turkey. Jasper's mom says she's still having mega issues with the notifications. As soon as you get the app, that'll all be over. Trinity Road Homestead, good evening from the middle of the state. Well, hello from the middle of the state. Assuming they're referring to Kansas. I don't remember. You remember where Trinity Road Homestead was?
Mm-mm.
Yep. I think it's right in the middle of Kansas. Anyway. Deep South says, come on down. Our home is open. I know it is, guys. I know you would completely open it up and we would have a good old time. Lisa says that might be a setting in Chrome. Okay, so what is she referring to?
Probably what I said, that having the pages keeps opening another page.
Yeah, Jonathan says that's just a browser setting, I think, not something about the website specifically. Okay. Oh, so Trinity Road Homestead says, think Pat and Charles. Okay, so I know right where you're at. Yep. I know that area of the country well. There's actually up there, and I've never went and seen it, but supposedly there is a World War II, an old world up by Concordia. There's a World War II POW camp up there that, people claim would be a FEMA camp, in modern times or whatever. And you can actually find the address. I just never drove over there to see it. I'm sure it's just a field now, but pretty interesting. Lisa says, I met up with some folks in my state thanks to freesteading. It was such a great time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, thanks for taking the opportunity, Lisa.
That's wonderful.
And Lisa, right beneath your comment is Mandy Garrett. And I don't know if she's exactly your neck of the woods, but I know she's in the same state. Yeah, that would be a good connection too, if you haven't already. Mandy says, can you dig a pond in the hillside with slope degree about 20% in an area that has tons of rocks, about 60 to 80% rocks? Yeah, probably not, because here's the thing, Mandy, is you got to get beneath the rocks, because if the bottom of your pond is just rocks, the water's just going to seep out of it. Now, you could bring in a liner, like a big plastic liner, or you could bring in a bunch of clay and line it so that the water couldn't get through it. But if the bottom's rocks, you'll never keep any water in it.
Yep. Oh, it is Pat and Charles. Trinity Homestead. It is Pat and Charles.
Oh, it is. Got it. Man, I have a hard time keeping up. Apparently, I'm slow. Look, I was to Jonathan, at Lisa. I'm in Logan County. Where are you? Yeah. You guys need to hook up. I think you guys would get along absolutely great. I've got to spend one-on-one time with both of you, and I think there would be a good mix there. Oh yeah. Hey, one of the moderators want to get rid of the Tinder hot best adult dating site. I wonder if I could do it. Remove. They're gone. Lisa says Jonathan's a great guy to know. Yeah, very useful and just super smart. Oh, okay. Pat was saying I was asking Charles who Trinity was. It was news to me. Okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So talk about your seed harvesting. You've been busy.
Yes. I got some cosmos and some zinnias. Oh my gosh, beans. I've got lots of beans, dry beans. And I harvested the zucchini. So I'm going to get seeds from those, the yellow and the green. I got more of the Amish paste in, more of the Cherokee Purple Dwarf, tomato, tobacco. Trying to think what else.
Loofahs?
I did bring the loofah in because we're supposed to get 2 days of freeze. So I don't want them frozen out there. So I cut them all off, brought them all in. I did bring in the rest of the butternut squash too, because of the freeze. Anything that had any kind of damage, I left out there because I want to bring in everything that I can save for us. And then I'll go back through and take out what I can either feed to the chickens or to the compost or chop and drop. Yeah. So back to the earth. There's still a lot.
Yeah. You don't know how many of you guys have grown loofahs, but if you haven't grown them, maybe reach out to Bee and, she can get you some seeds or whatever it is. But what's really cool about it is it's like a sponge that grows inside of this big, squash looking thing.
It's like a zucchini.
It's like a zucchini. Yeah. When they dry out, then you can take them and you can cut those sponges and lay them down in a dish and, pour soap over them. And you've got a built-in scrubbing pad in every bar of soap. It's the coolest thing.
They're rough.
Coolest thing.
It's a loofah. It's
rough. Yeah.
Yeah. You can wash your dishes with it. You can wash your body with it.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. Lisa was reaching out to Mandy. And Lisa, like I said, I've got to spend some decent time with Mandy. And Mandy, I've got to spend some decent time with Lisa. Good people. Just good people. Is it soda pop industry? I don't know what that is. Oh my God, Life Done Free is getting porn spam. We hit it big. Yeah, right. That's what I want to be famous for.
Yeah, no.
Lucy says, my son-in-law got 2 bears for meat. He is bringing me the cutoff so I can cook it up and freeze it for my dog. He loves wild meat and, of course, some good eat form, etc. Eat yummy. When I was doing the interview with the Terminator, she was talking about making all of her own dog food and hauling all of her own water and just all this. You guys wait till the video comes out. It'd be amazing. It was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Laura,
have you ever eaten bear?
No, I've never eaten bear. Laura says, are you guys from North Carolina? Laura, if you're talking to us, we're in Northeast Kansas. Let me see here. Vicky says, hey, B, I would love to get some loofah seeds. Yeah, so Vicky is Sunshine Kid on
Freesteading.
And
so you have an address?
Yeah, so
you need an address.
No, I think I have Vicky's address. I'm pretty sure. But Vicky, will you send me an email? You're sitting just in front of your computer real quick asking for loofah seeds, and then I'll get it to B, and she can send you some. Deep South says, when the trolls pop up, let the moderators handle it. If others try to do something, it blocks the mod's power. Oh, thank you. Laura says her loofah did nothing this year. Yours did great. Yeah. This year was a weird year for gardening.
My seeds are from 2018 too.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. But they're still growing, right?
Yeah. Well, and before that, I grew them in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
They're from the same batch that I've always had.
Yeah. So these seeds have been grown over and over and over again through time. Mandy says, well, yes, I remember seeing loofah in our country, Laos. We use it as a bath scrub. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we use them for. And like I said, I think if you put them down in soap, you just got a built-in scrubbing pad, you guys all know, working out on a homestead or in the dirt, your hands are destroyed all the time.
I wonder if that would help with my goat's milk recipe. You know how it like disintegrates fast?
Fast, if it was hold it together better?
Instead of the glycerin, yeah. I wonder if that would.
Bethany makes several different kinds of soap. What she's asking is if you put the loofah inside the goat's milk recipe, because the goat's milk soap, you get a little water on it, it gets soft fast. If it would help hold it together. You see here, sugar, laugh out loud, Governor Edwards, CO2. They don't get it. Yeah, I've never eaten bear either. Let me see here, Laura. Is the freeze you're expecting normal for this time of year? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll typically get snow right about Halloween for the first time, and then it'll be done about the first week in March, second week in March, somewhere in there. Oh, cool, Mandy. Congratulations. Look at this. We get to make another connection and to some good people. How cool is that? Spag says his loofah did well until the grandson pulled it out of the soil. Yeah, that won't help it. Yep, Spags is a grandpa. Yes, Spags is a grandpa. Yes. And he's a whipped grandpa, by the way. He's all big and bad on his show, but that little kid gets running around and, he kind of turns into a big softie. Let me see. Lisa says, B, I missed what your hoodie says. Show them what your hoodie says.
It says, always on vacation.
Yeah.
It's from the American Roots.
Yep. Hebrews, I got your email and I will send you when I get off this live, I will send you a QR code so you can play with it. Awesome. And the Greta stock. Yeah. So Bobby has, Greta Sundstrom, that girl that, she's
the young girl.
The young girl. So Bobby has one on a popsicle stick. And when we're in videos, when something woke comes up, he puts up Greta. Laura says, learn something new every day. Yep, me too. Jasper mom says she has 2 grandkids, one due any day. Well, congratulations. The I am of me. Hello. Yep, just in time to see the shirt. Amen. Wanda has 14 grandchildren and Danny has 3. So they have 17.
Woo.
Yeah. No, Wanda, do you guys ever do Christmas at Deep South where all of them come at one time? That might be just me fantasizing because I'm going to be a grandpa for the first time in March or April?
February.
I'm going to be a grandpa for the first time in February. And guys, I am so excited. I am so excited. When my son told me that, he was going to have a baby, I screamed. I was so excited. I absolutely cannot wait. Mandy says, B, do you plan on putting some of your seeds for sale in the homesteading store? You want to answer it? I'm going to answer it for you. Because you're reluctant to do that.
Yeah.
B is way more likely to trade you seeds than sell you seeds. If there's something that you'd like to have, let's just, send me some dill seeds and she'll send you some loofah seeds or whatever, whatever it is. And I think that's the best way to do it. Vicky says, Private Chuck and I just got our first grandbaby 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. I've always heard grandkids are better than kids. And so I can't wait to experience it for myself. Miley says, Bless got your firewood on time. Yeah, guys, and I have so much of it. You should see the pile laying out right behind my back door. B and I are going to be at it forever.
I'm glad that you're offering to help.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Woo! I thought I had to do that myself.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, you are very, very welcome, right? Yeah, Skane's girl says grandbabies are awesome. Vicky says that she can send some moringa seeds for the loofah seed.
Yeah.
Deal, right?
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah. Yeah, Vicky, just give us an address. Send me an email. Give us an address, and B will get you some out. And these are loofah seeds she's been growing for a while. I don't know what generation we're on, but
We had 13 moringa seeds and got like 9 of them to grow, and then 6 of them, and I'm down to 2.
Yep, they've all died but 2, but it's because it gets
2.
cold out here.
Well, and like you stapled one of them, so that killed it instantly.
Yeah. Jasper says if I'd had known that, I'd had the grandkids first. Yeah, no doubt. Angelina says we made our own grandchild. Laugh out loud. I wonder how did you make them? I'd like to know more. Spags the I'm a me. I have several Greta swag stickers. Yeah, he does. One of which I have taped to a wooden stick that I put up in front of the camera when someone says something edgy. Haha. And he does.
Yeah.
Every time, because I'm on videos with him with Spags all the time, and he's always popping that thing up. It's pretty funny. Mandy says, laugh out loud. Love the seed trade. I will keep that in mind. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah.
The I am a me says, who's got moringa seeds? That would be Vicky. Hey, Grateful Hearts. Hello. Good evening to you. Depending on when I get snow, I can end up with 5 feet in my Crooked Homestead says, depending on when I get snow, I can end up with 5 feet in the bush in the winter. Yeah. Not here. We'll get all year long here. We'll get 2 feet total, maybe 2.5 feet total, over 5 or 6 snowstorms, but nothing. LJC says, isn't moringa zone 9? Yes, but we grow it up here in Kansas. We just got to bring it inside in the winter. And they actually do pretty well inside. Well, the ones that take would do pretty good. Carlene says the grandkids are a gift for not killing your teenagers.
Yeah.
Eagle Lover Texas says she has some moringa seeds. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do some trading. Vicky says, me, Sunshine Kid, also have 2 large moringa trees for sale in the Houston, East Texas area. Yeah, I don't know if Jonathan would be interested down there, but he's kind of down in that area. Steel Roz has finally got a notification. Howdy, y'all, from Southern Central Texas. Well, hello. Super happy to have you. Yeah, guys, they censor so much stuff. They don't like the messages, what we have, but we'll just keep giving it anyway, right? No, what are you looking at?
Oh, the activity feed.
Oh, yeah. What I wanted to see if I could get the marketplace, but he's working on it, so I can actually see these on it. Yeah, see, so something's going on that's got 15% progress. I don't know what it is, but I was hoping to kind of put it out there. Let me see here. Skane's girl says, Homestead Heart grew her moringa in zone 8, same as me. It died, but came back 3 strong. But mine is just a baby drumstick right now. Going to bunk up with me for the winter. Yep, that's how we do it too. We just bring them in the winter. We actually clipped all of her moringa trees down, a foot out of the pot, and then traded those clippings for comfrey plants, a whole bunch of comfrey plants. So we like doing stuff like that, trading stuff around.
Which I need to get in the ground.
Yeah, the I am of me says, I want to get some, Eagle Lover Texas. How can I get them from you? Please don't say PayPal. Yeah, no doubt, huh? Yeah, the I am of me, Eagle Lover Texas is on Freesteading. Private message there and see if you guys can work it out. Vicky says, be sure to join the Texas group. Yes. And that was referring back to Steel Roz. On Freesteading Steel Roz, there's a Texas group in there. Lisa says, connect with me on Freesteading and we'll get together. Yep, amen. Lucy says, I have 10 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, and they range from 25 years old to 7. Pretty cool. Eagle Lover Texas. Okay. Jonathan, I need to get tarragon cuttings going this fall. Maybe I can sell or trade some. This herb is a sleeper hit. Yeah, isn't that what you got from Jonathan?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Jonathan, get some cuttings going. Let's do some trading. Arthur says, does anyone know if dwarf moringa is as nutrient rich and the full size? I don't know this answer.
I don't know the answer.
But I would bet you Eagle Lover Texas or Vicky might know the answer in here. Proctor says, I've got 2 moringa growings in pots, 7B from seed. Hope to get transplanted if they go dormant. Yeah. Yep, sending a good, very, very good. Look at we've made like all kinds of connections tonight. How exciting is that? Yeah, just super cool. There's 2.
Now Mandy's talking with Lisa.
Yeah, I love that. And that's a good match right there too.
Yeah.
That's
they're
a good
in the same state.
They're in the same state, but that's just a good match. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to give away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pocket says, I think if I ever get the time to actually do work for my permaculture orchard, I may just plant our rootstock where I want the fruit trees, and once established, do the grafting. Yeah. Yeah. The grafting is something I'd like to get more into. We've done a little tiny bit of it, but without a lot of success, I might add.
Correct.
Yeah. Steele says we have 5 small moringas in pots so we can bring them inside when it gets cold for them. Yeah, that's what we have to do too, or they'll die. We leave them outside here.
Our pots are huge. We can't make them any bigger.
Right. Skating Girl says, any ideas on keeping rosemary going? I ordered 4 plants, all succumbed to the humidity, turned black and died.
Oh, wow. I don't know. My rosemary's in the yard. It's still alive.
You haven't had any problems? I wonder if Wanda's still on here. Hey, Wanda, can you answer that question? Any ideas on keeping rosemary going? I ordered 4 plants, all succumbed to the humidity, turned black and died. Wanda would be just a great source for that too.
I didn't know the humidity would bother them.
Yeah. Vicky says don't water as much. I'm assuming that's what she's talking about. That would make some sense to me. The good thing is rootstock is less than $5 each. Then I can look for good fruit trees to take cuttings from locally. Spend time, not money. Yeah. That'd be a good idea to just get some rootstock going and then just play with grafting.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper. Flammation Famous. Hey, how are you? I haven't seen your name in a little bit. Pockety says, and I can determine exactly what rootstock is best for the area. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Richard says, hello from cold central Wisconsin. We had snow today.
Today.
Yeah, hush that heathen mouth. I don't want to hear anything about snow. I'm not ready.
Not yet.
Vicky says, yes, rosemary does not like wet roots. Jonathan says, rosemary doesn't want wet roots. Don't water it too much. I killed 2 this summer by overwatering. Clay soil is tough on them since it doesn't dry out quickly.
And I put mine in the swells, so they're just.
You're in good
have
soil.
not ever watered them.
Yeah.
So they're just in the yard. Well, in a swell. So.
Angelina says, keep rosemary in a hot and dry spot and ignore it.
Yeah, it's basically what I did.
Yeah. Pockety says, a new t-shirt, hush that heathen mouth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hear that every day almost.
Yeah. Hey, the I am of me, congratulations. I think it's super cool to make that you guys made another connection there. American Roots says, and I live in Arizona and it never gets too much water. Laugh out loud. Yeah, nothing in Arizona gets too much water. Yeah. I grow in pots because we have heavy clay soil. Yeah, that's what we have too, but we've been working on improving that over as time goes on. You know, you guys have seen the bee likes poop video. We hauled in a whole bunch, and we just keep doing that and try to big up the big up the soil and just make it better and better each year. Jasper Mom says, tag Ryan Hall. Y'all said this winter is going to be hugely icky.
Hugely icky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ryan Hall, y'all.
I know who Ryan Hall is. I've watched him several times, but I don't know what hugely icky means. Does that mean?
It means bad.
Bad, and from what respect? A lot of snow, a lot of ice, super cold, not cold enough.
Cold, the spoons, lots of snow.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one good thing about really cold weather is it kills off a lot of the bugs. You know, it kills off a lot of that stuff.
Yes, it does.
Jasper Mom says, think Texageddon 2021. Yeah, that's, remember when they lost all the power down there and everybody was without power?
That was the ice storm.
The ice storms that were down there? Yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is we have our own power. Laura says, smash the thumbs up. Yes, that would be super, super helpful. At least it tells people we're here.
Oh, right.
Right. I had to put my rosemary in the shade. Sun was burning it up. It's big and I don't want to lose it. Yeah. It's funny you spend all this time nurturing plants and how finicky Mother Nature can be, huh?
Mm.
You know, I don't know what you guys do, or maybe ask the question that way. Do you guys figure on a particular percentage of loss every year like we do? Like we know that 30% of our crops never going to make it. We just plant, like if we know where we want 100, for example, tomato plants, we're going to plant 130 because I know 30% is just not going to make it. I'm just curious if anybody else does that.
Yeah. Yeah. We know that it's not going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why don't you talk a little bit about the homestead rotation? Since I've been talking all the time.
I see the actual part of the rotation part, like I didn't feel like I participated in because I was on the backside, one turnip in and Pippin cuts her finger. So I'm running to get Band-Aids and gloves and just cutting boards and just, I felt like I was running more than working.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
So do you feel like you pulled your weight? Just a question.
No. When we go to other people's houses and I'm hauling wood and I'm splitting wood and I feel like I'm working, but calling in pizza and finding car keys and cameras, batteries, I didn't feel like I was working. I felt like I was running. I was tired, but I didn't feel like I was actually working.
Yeah, you spent quite a bit of time in the processing kitchen with American Roots, right?
Well, I was going back and forth, like, oh, where's the powdered sugar? Oh, I forgot the vanilla. Oh, do you have the mixer? Oh my gosh. One of the girls said they were making cakes. Okay. And she said, do you have one of those mixers? And I was like, yeah, hand mixer. Yes, I have a hand mixer. Okay, here's the beaters. Here's the hand mixer. And I turned thinking like, totally she knows how to put this thing together. And I come back and she's like shoving them in the bottom holes. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? And she's like, this is not staying. And she holds it up and it just falls out. And I'm like, okay, the handle's on the top, the beaters go in the bottom. Not so. Then I go to her mom and I'm like, does she not know how to work a hand mixer? She's like, no, we have a KitchenAid.
Yeah, so tell them the egg story.
Oh my gosh, that was another. Holy crap.
You guys are going to love this. This is great.
So, found a nest of eggs in the yard, in the woods. Picked them up, put them in a tote, put them on the back deck, thinking, I'll go take care of those later. Girls were making a cake. They needed eggs. I told one of the moms, I will get the eggs out of the coop, fresh eggs. And I come back in carrying the eggs and they have eggs in their hands. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Where'd you get those eggs? She's like, from the back porch. And I'm like, whoa, no, put the eggs down. Don't use those eggs. Those were bad. I don't know how old they are. Don't know where they came from. I mean, obviously they came from chickens. Came from my chickens. Don't know how long they've been sitting there. So grab those eggs from her, put them outside, give them the fresh eggs. Later on that day, I'm cleaning things up and I'm like, what is this on the counter and where did it come from? There's like a worm. Like, what is this? And one of the girls says, that looks like a maggot. I'm like, sure, it does. Where did this come from? And one of the girls says, the eggs. Oh my gosh. No. Do not bring eggs home that you find in the yard. Just take them directly
Well, no, the lesson
to
is,
the
no, no, no.
compost pile.
No, the lesson is don't bring them home when you know you've got a whole bunch of teenage girls who are going to be baking in your kitchen.
They weren't going to be baking. That was a whole like, hey, let's bake a cake in the kitchen. No, let's bake 2 cakes in the kitchen. That was just an after sight. Oh.
Anyway, I thought it was funny.
It was not funny. Very big lesson right there.
Hippocrates says 2021 was my best and largest onion and garlic year. I had, I think, 4 of those stainless steel 5-shelf wire racks chock full of onions and garlic in my insulated shed to cure. Cool. Laura says, do you have a generator in case you lose power, and do you suggest a particular brand? So I do. We have a whole house generator that we can power the whole farm on. It's a Generac. And typically I would say, Generac is a good brand because they are a good brand. They run and all that. But I learned a very, very hard lesson because I live off grid. As soon as that generator, I bought it brand new, hit my floor and I put it on and attached to the solar system, it voided the entire warranty. So they won't service it. They won't come out and look at it. They don't like me because I live off grid. And so, maybe try a Kohler. Kohler is a pretty good brand. I don't know what I would specifically ask if I live off grid, what does it do to the warranty? Because it voided my entire warranty. And had I known that, I wouldn't have paid $4,500 for a whole house generator. Ridiculous. Lisa says, caught him in a moment of weakness. Hippocrates says, then family health issues had me off the property, now going over a year. So all about 20% ruined. Yeah. You see, the I Am of Me says Black Cherry did well, but the others barely got what I did last year, 85 plants. Yeah, it was a weird year. Or this is my first year I planted 30 tomato plants and only got 5 real tomatoes, and squash bugs, stink bugs, green hornworms got the rest. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm clearly way behind. Okay.
Because I had a huge story.
Yeah. I'm going to see if there's any, just skip down here a little bit. American Roots is laughing at you over your egg story.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
Yeah. Kelly says, I was really excited earlier in the week when a client of mine told me that she knew how to graft. She said she had grafted a 5-fruit tree. She's teaching me. Yeah, super cool. Miley wants to know, did the cinnamon rolls get baked? Yes, they did get baked. They were baking them while they were considering when to make me cherry cobbler. Right?
What? Did you get cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
See, I know she took them down there. I saw her carrying the pan down there. I did not see. Yeah,
actually, American Roots video that they put out of the Homestead rotation has me on video eating a cinnamon roll. Yeah.
She recorded you.
She recorded me, so I couldn't deny it.
Awesome.
See, she's smart, man. That chick's smart.
Yes, awesome.
Jasper's mom says, I learned something new, that maggots lay eggs.
No, the maggots were eating the eggs, I guess. I did not look that close.
Yeah. Nancy. Is this your Nancy?
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy. Nancy from the Buffalo Seed Company is here.
Garlic. I want garlic.
Yeah, Nancy B has been putting up seeds like mad. She had all of us around the house peeling
beans.
Cowpeas.
I said, you're up.
Yep.
Peeling beans.
Yep. So we got a ton for you.
I got beans. Yes. Cosmos. Tobacco.
Yeah.
Lots and lots.
Yep. Skins Girl says they have a Generac. That's what I have too. And they run good. I don't have anything negative to say about them, but I do not like their policy. Yeah, Jasper Mom, I agree. Yep. Totally ridiculous. Crooked Little Homestead said, you were important that day. You were the gopher go for this, go for that. You did a lot of running, and it's just as much work as if you were doing the physical work. Oh yeah. Well, it should have seen it when we got back home. So we did the homestead rotation all day. Well, first we got up in the morning and set the big camo net up, did all that stuff, did it all day long, went to dinner with everybody, came home and, took a shower, climbed in bed, and we were 20 seconds. We were both asleep. It was a lot of work. Vicky says, plant marigolds with your tomatoes. They repel pests like tomato hornworms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what was interesting is we did not have a lot of bug problems on the tomatoes.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I planted a lot of marigold seeds and I don't think any of them came up.
You would know.
I didn't see any marigolds.
Yeah.
But I did plant them with my tomatoes. The zinnias came up with the tomatoes, but the marigolds did not. I had that whole ice cream bucket full of marigold heads. Huh.
Yeah.
Wonder if they're not.
Jonathan says, if you were looking for an easily portable generator, not for powering a big trailer or house, Honda's got some really good quality ones. Look up the EU 2200. Yeah, I actually could know a lot about this right here. So Honda is a superior generator, probably superior to Generac and Kohler. But they're also, when you get up into the big ones, like a 20,000 watt generator, they're super expensive. The other thing I like about the Hondas is they're the most quiet of all of them. I don't know if you know this or not.
How much is it? How comparable is it to
double the price?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So our generator and a Honda have been 10 grand. I just learned how to keep her quiet. Talk about money.
And it's for something that we literally never use.
Yeah. Okay. Our says pepper plants can be wintered in a heated greenhouse and be used the second and third year. Yeah.
Yep.
I am me finally ordering the hoodie from your link on Freesteading. Ask B if they are true to size.
I think that the hoodie, they were kind of big, weren't they? Didn't you?
This is an XL, right?
Yeah.
And it fits me real well, but I'm a big guy.
You think it fits in like a normal XL?
What about yours though? Because you bought a medium.
I bought the medium, and I could have stood to be a smaller.
So B is saying maybe they run a little bit big.
Well, you said that the extra large is just fine though. So I guess it depends on how you want it.
Yeah.
Do you want it big or do you want it smaller?
Well, for because
if it's if you're leaning over and it's leaning over like touching the countertop and stuff, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, but I think a hoodie, you don't wear a hoodie, just a hoodie, right? You wear layers and t-shirts.
Yes.
And so I think you want, for me, I want
I got 2 t-shirts on now. I got a long sleeve shirt, a tank top. I got 3 shirts on.
Yeah. Nancy says, love it. Yeah, Nancy, she's been hard at work getting seeds put up for you guys. And, next time you come down, I want to have a conversation about next year. And because we didn't plan real great this year. I think we can do you guys a better job and ourselves a better job with just a little extra planning. Let me see. Hippocrates says, I got Summerland grocery store garlic planted and planted out some eggplant garlic.
Elephant.
I'm sorry, eggplant. Oh my goodness. Tag. Elephant garlic bulbs planted, more to go when I have room and time. Yep. Laura says, tag, did you say Kohler for generators? Yeah, Kohler makes a generator and they're a nice generator. I have never owned one. The reason I bought the Generac was just a little bit cheaper for the same thing. But again, if I could go back again and do it all over again, I would not have bought a Generac just because they voided my warranty. I mean, I got a brand new, $5,000 whole house generator that they won't even come service it, which is just crap, Hey, Firefly, how are you? Vicky says zinnias work really well for bugs.
Yeah.
And you had some pretty good zinnias this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A couple different species.
Eagle Lover says none of her marigold seeds came up either.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a normal thing. Carlene says it didn't have pest issues with tomatoes, but squash bugs wiped out the crockneck and zucchini. Yeah, so
crooked neck.
Yeah, I think for us this year, I think part of the reason why we didn't have as many tomato bugs was just the seeds that we were using, right? Because those seeds have been adapted.
So we had bugs. It was the lace wings and the the bugs that we had were not affecting the plants like the hornworm. Like the hornworm will come in and eat the plant and ruin the fruit. But the bugs that we had were not harming the fruit. So but we had plentiful bugs. There were lots of stuff in there, lots of spiders.
It just seemed like your tomatoes were big and green the whole time. They weren't getting their butts kicked. I mean, you weren't really watering them, even in the heat, and they were producing like mad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah. Well, so there are pests. I'm just saying that there are pests that live in the tomatoes that don't affect the tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I left them.
Yeah.
So like you go and you can put 7 dust on there and it will kill absolutely all of the bugs, but some of them I think you need to have some of that. Like how does pollination happen? You have to have bugs come in,
Yeah. Let me see here. Jonathan said, I didn't have great germination on marigold seeds in the spring, but I propagated by cutting, and I've had an excellent success doing that. Richard says we gave away half of our green beans and still ended up with 108 quarts. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
That's a good bean
that's
harvest.
Good. I want it big, so I will get it large. Yep. Okay, good. Hey, Urban White Buffalo Farm, how are you? Vicky said, if the sweatshirts are unisex sizes, they will run large for ladies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because mine fits me fine and hers is a little bit large. So that would make some sense. Mandy Garrett, is it too late to plant garlic? I am a little late prepping raised beds from summer harvest. I don't think
she's in Arkansas, right?
Yeah, I think she can plant garlic.
Yeah, no, I think that it's still garlic time.
Yeah, because you can put it in here.
That's what Nancy was doing, right?
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Nancy, if you're still on here, they were talking about planting. They live in the particular people live in Arkansas, talking about planting garlic and whether it's too late. Carlene says grateful for Nancy and we'll be ordering seeds from the Buffalo Seed Company. Yeah, that's what we do too. I've been super happy with it. RN says, looking back at my first year, I used about 16 big bags of soil for amendment and wondered if the squash bug eggs could have been in it. Could have been.
Dude, those things just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
Squash beetles just show up.
Allison says, I have a full house Briggs and Stratton, and they are coming out with a battery system to connect also to your solar as well.
Huh? Generator.
Skin Girl says, my local seed company told me to bring my tomato seedlings in and plant them in the spring. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, how did you root that, Jonathan? Eagle over Texas says. Angelina says, marigolds never do well for me. Lots of pests this year. Same problem with hornworms. Definitely less squash this year. Mandy wants to know, how do you water all of your garden? I recall you guys having a pretty big garden. Yeah, so why don't you tell them?
I didn't.
But you watered a couple times.
I watered a couple of times, and I use the Kubota that has a 70-gallon tank on the back. I fill it with the rain water
primarily.
And yes, I've never filled it with the well.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah,
because she has spigots from the well in her gardens. She can water from the well.
Yeah.
You just don't use them?
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, so she takes her Kubota, drives it up, fills the back of the tank on the back up with rainwater. And then the way I built the garden, she can drive in and out of it. And so she just drives down the row.
And I just shoot the water out like a regular.
You got to tell the whole story, though.
What?
She sits in the Kubota in the air conditioning.
Sometimes I
with her hand out the door and waters her garden.
Sometimes I get out.
Yeah. How did you manage to get an automatic waterer where you could sit in the air conditioner? Go ahead, do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. There you go. Come on.
Yeah, I water with the Kubota.
Yeah.
And a water tank. But I really only watered twice this year.
Yeah. Carlene said we had great results with marigold seeds this year. I'm saving seeds, but have too many now. No such thing.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Yeah, Laura says at Mandy Garrett that she's on Long Island and planting garlic now.
Mhm.
I am a me. I've got the bright blue ones, so pretty. I wanted white, but I know my name ain't Grace. I like the blue ones. Urban White Buffalo, Minnesota Zone 4A. I plant garlic every year, October the 15th through the 25th.
What, 4A?
4A, yeah, that's colder than we are.
Yeah.
We're 5B, right?
Yep.
6A.
6, yeah.
Well, but depending on which one you read, we're right at 5B and 6A.
Oh.
Right, we're right on the line there.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yep. Nancy says, thank you, Carlene. For garlic, we will be shipping all our orders tomorrow morning, and you can plant garlic until the ground is still soft. There is plenty of time for garlic.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You want to plant some garlic?
Yeah, I need to.
So
I need to.
Nancy, B wants to buy some garlic. So should we just order them online, or do you want her to just call you? Mandy says, of course, the B-Mobile. Yeah.
They probably have a couple different garlics.
Yeah.
Because there's probably different.
Yeah. And Nancy, if you have different types of garlics, I know B will be interested in all of them because we'll just plant a variety and it'd be pretty
all
cool.
of them.
Right. Right.
Because that's medicine.
Urban White Buffalo says, woke up to a ½ inch of snow this morning.
Oh.
Yeah. No, thanks. Deb said, I made it. What'd you miss?
Nothing.
Nothing. We're just lollygagging. B's been on vacation. We talked about the Homestead rotation. We talked about the videos that were upcoming. We talked about freesteading and all the new stuff. And we gave away a Lamborghini, but you missed it. Miley says, what is all the pay methods that can be used on freesteading?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I mean, there's a couple different platforms we've been playing with, but it'll be all your normal, credit cards and all of that kind of stuff, and probably some PayPal and some of the other things. We'll see. We're kind of debating the whole PayPal thing, but it's I've got to make it easy, and if I don't make it easy, then nobody will use it, and so you got to kind of navigate all of that. Skanes Girl says, I plan on doing drip irrigation via gravity from rainwater, the benefit of being on a steep hill. Yeah, so B's greenhouse has a tank that's 12 feet up in the air, and she can gravity feed her entire greenhouse the same way, and it's useful. Although you really don't much. You pretty much just take the sprayer in there and spray it all, right?
Yes. Well, I still use that rainwater tank. I just take the hose in.
Yeah.
But you're right. I do have.
You have water everywhere.
Water in there. Why don't I
10
do
spots
that?
you have water in there.
Aye. Yeah, because I already have the hose and I'm already. Yeah, it's just right there.
LJC says, I don't water my garden. That would be awesome. I have to water my garden every day in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I think water is going to become a bigger and bigger issue. And if you live in a place today that has subject water, I would be concerned. And if you live in a place that has marginal water, I would be concerned. I mean, I just think it's going to become a bigger and bigger deal. I just really, really do. And I hope I'm wrong.
That's why we use the paper and the mulch and the swells and to try to get away from having to water so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then save the seeds to the things that you didn't have to put so many inputs in.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That made them hardier.
Right. Watering the garden with the Kubota. Now that will be a memory for the grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. They'll ride around that. So we're going to have a granddaughter. We don't know their name yet because they have not told us, and I'm not pushing them because, let them do it on their own terms. So I can absolutely see our granddaughter riding around with B in the Kubota and playing on an iPad or listening to music and being silly and goofy. And I can't
eating raw tomatoes.
Eating raw tomatoes. Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. Lucy says, tag, my husband got a Honda Generator 4500 for free for scrap. He gave it an overhaul and it works great. Yeah. Well, Honda is a fabulous machine.
Handy man.
Yeah. Property says, can also plant fava beans, broad beans in the fall for harvest next spring. Yep. Nancy says, either way, we can bring to you when we come next time. For now, only one variety. Yeah, just bring us a bunch when you come, and whatever we owe you, we'll pay you when you get here, if that's okay. Because you'd like to get some garlic in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Skane's Girl says, building a raised bed from pallets to plant garlic in winter garden. Yep.
Beautiful.
Jasper Mom says, maggots laying eggs, normal stuff. You know what it kind of is, actually. Deb says, geez, just my luck.
Yeah.
She
No
missed
Lamborghini.
No Lamborghini for you, Deb.
Maybe next time.
Yep. Everybody, Deb was late and she lost out on the Lamborghini. Jonathan said, I was tearing up some old pallets just this evening, wanted to make a rabbit house. Yeah, super cool.
Geez, now he's getting rabbits.
Steele says, Lamborghini. I'd prefer a Peterbilt.
No kidding.
I actually would probably
John
prefer the
Deere.
yeah, or a whole bunch of them, huh? Eagle Lover is asking Nancy, the Buffalo Seed Company, does garlic have to be put in the refrigerator before planting? I don't think so, right?
Well, you're putting, I wouldn't say.
Skane's Girl says, Jonathan, I get them for free from the little local lumber company. As many as I can load, have plans for the cat house on the patio, and upgrade the dog house and the carport. Yep. Vicky says, what? Lamborghini? I want one. Send with the loofah seeds.
I'll just use it to drive them to you.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys a funny Lamborghini story, just because I'm on the topic. So the sawmill down there has a lamb. How do you say it?
Yeah.
It's not Lamborghini. It's like Lamborghini, or it's close to say Lamborghini engine in it. Lamborghini, something like that. Anyway, so Russ says, I got me a Lamborghini engine. I don't have the heart to tell him it's not a Lamborghini, because it's just spelled so closely, but it's not. Deb says, congratulations, a little baby bee. Yeah, I cannot wait. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to get the opportunity maybe one day a week to have them, pretty much permanently, all year long. And so I'm pretty excited about that. And, I'll do my best to, be the good influence I'm supposed to be. Yep. Mandy Garrett says, how do you have a water tank 12 feet up? What kind of platform you use to raise a water tank 12 feet?
Metal.
Yeah, steel. So I built the platform out of 3-inch steel pipe legs. Those are the 4 corners, and then a bunch of, cross members going back and forth to some 4-inch angle iron that's up 12 feet up off the ground. And if you ever wanted to see something funny that should have gone on YouTube, was me trying to put a 750-gallon tank on my shoulder and climb up a ladder. That was exciting. What do you think about that experience?
Yeah.
Come on.
It was not fun.
Yeah. What role did you play?
I was pulling. Yeah. Yeah. My arms were shaking.
She's a big chicken.
Yeah. I was up on the platform pulling.
Urban White Buffalo Farm wants to know if maggots lay eggs.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Big chicken eggs.
Yeah, they lay big chicken eggs, apparently. Let me see. Lamborghini actually does make tractors. I didn't know that. Are they expensive like the cars? Nancy says garlic doesn't need to be put in the refrigerator before planting. Yeah, so Nancy, what would you be recommending people in our area, the Midwest, or I guess really anywhere? What would you be recommending people are planting right now? What can still go in the ground?
Oh, good thinking.
Not for you.
Yeah. What can I
Negative Ghost Rider, your pattern is full.
No, my pattern is empty. I've got 9 80-foot patterns that are empty.
Mandy says, so you weld all metals together for the water tank tower? Yes, I built the tower myself and welded it all together, and I love to weld.
Spray painted it.
Yep, and then grind it all down, made it look pretty, spray painted it.
Oh yeah, I forgot the grinding part.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I don't quite consider myself a welder yet. I still consider myself in the upper echelons of grinders, but not quite graduating to the welder spot yet.
Do welders catch themselves on fire?
I don't know. I'm not a welder. Wouldn't know.
Right. I know grinders.
Grinders catch themselves on fire.
Yes, they catch all kinds of stuff on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I've caught myself on fire several times welding.
Yeah.
Because it drops on my shirt or something, and
Yeah.
and then off you go.
Jeans, hoodies.
Yeah. Deborah wants to know, is the tower on footing? So the concrete poles are concreted 4 feet in the ground, with a 12-inch diameter hole. So it's a 3-inch pipe with a 12-inch diameter hole, and there is 5 60-pound bags of concrete. So there's 300 pounds of concrete in each hole.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep. Let me see. Hippocrates says hurricane flooded EV cars catch on fire. Yeah. Angelina says yes, welders do catch themselves on fire.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I've graduated to a welder and I just don't know it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You're still grinding quite a bit. I don't think, do welders grind a lot?
Well, yes, because they still got to clean the metal before they weld. But some of them are so good at welding that they don't have to grind anything off. That's not
afterwards.
After welding.
Yeah.
So they're pre-grinders.
Yes, and then they have to fill little.
I'm a pre-grinder welder, post-grinder.
Yes.
They're a pre-grinder welder.
Okay. That makes sense. And then catch fire, catch fire, catch fire. Yes.
Skates Girl says, learning to weld is on my list. I have all the stuff to do it. My dad was a welder and used to let me play with it when I was a kid. Yeah, it's not hard. Yeah, how wonderful, but it's not hard.
Yeah, we used to let the boys, well, the younger boy was the only one that was interested, but he would make all kinds of things that is like,
yeah,
what is that?
What is that? When people come out, and I have had a lot of people who say, hey, teach me how to weld. And guys, and I'm an okay welder. I'm not a pro, but I can certainly do it. And I always just give them a pile of metal and say, just play with it.
Yeah, make something.
And I'll come back in 45 minutes once they've played with it, and then say, okay, you see this weld, you're laying it on top, you're not penetrating the metal, or you got the angle of the gun wrong, or you're moving too fast, or you're moving too slow. And I can kind of show them kind of a little bit about what's to do, but it's a good gig. Deb says, I think you and Danny from Deep South Homestead need some safety training.
Yeah, he just nipped off his thumb. So
yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunately. The problem is, guys, is that I'm just gonna make it.
You just got to keep going. You got to do it.
I can't. Wearing a pair of gloves, I can't pick up that tiny nail. It's super hard. Yeah. I can't. I just don't have the same feel with a pair of gloves on. So I catch myself a lot with splinters and things like that, or poking a screwdriver through my hand.
Yes,
right?
You've done several times.
Yes. No, only one all the way through. Right. My hand,
your fingers,
my finger. I've done
constantly
before.
getting them through fingers, through your palm, through thumbs.
Yeah, I was up on the roof putting a roof on and slipped and drove a 12-inch Phillips bit right between right there. Yeah, right through my finger and out the back of my hand. And I went inside. And what'd you think about it?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
I finished the roof that day, by the way.
It was a norm. I was surprised that there wasn't duct tape already on it, because usually by the time I see it, there's some kind of halfway Band-Aid attached to it.
Yeah, if my father's gone now, but that guy, he was a tough old bird. I mean, I've seen him shoot an arrow completely through his hand. Picked up the wrong size arrow. Remember that?
Yeah.
Cut his tip of his finger off with a chop saw, and at no point in time did he do anything but duct tape it and finish what he was doing. It's amazing he didn't get an infection and die from it. But Angelina says, and lots of stuff around welders catch on fire too. Yeah. See, so it's not just me.
The grass, the weed eater. Yes.
Yep. Let me see. Close the Arc. Hello says 6 a.m. in Arizona. First mountain frost last night. Urban White Buffalo says that I think it's easier to catch on fire with a match. Yeah, I don't know, might be, but I've caught myself on fire several times with the grinder. I think the grinder is easier to get caught on fire than the welder, because the grinder's got sparking, and if you're moving it just right, and then all those sparks are hitting you in the stomach, in the leg or wherever you're grinding at,
or into the pocket.
Yeah. Wish you were closer, tag, says Skanes Girl. I am inundated with grinder wheels, big ones, mostly that Dad bought home off the pipeline. Oh yeah, and I'd take every one of them too. I use that stuff all the time. Packrat says grinders and paint make me the welder I ain't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually like that. That's pretty good stuff. Let me see. Naima Me said, I wish I could grow onions like I grow garlic. I have got to master the onion. For us, it's corn. Isn't that what we struggle with the most?
I don't know. We had that very first year we gardened, we had a killer corn crop. Remember all that corn? And we cut it all off the cobs. You remember the wheelbarrows full of corn?
Yeah.
And we cut it all off the cob, and I thought I dehydrated it all, and it was just so wonderful in the 6-gallon buckets. Remember that? And then we could see the dark through the buckets, and I was like, oh no. You were like, you must not have gotten all the moisture out of it. And that's exactly what happened. It was not all the way dehydrated, and put it in a bucket, and then it molded.
Yeah.
But that first year, we had a killer crop.
Yeah, last 10 years, babe, we have not had a good corn crop.
Yeah, but we've also have only planted it like twice.
That's not true.
Yeah. How many times have we planted corn?
Well, this year, we didn't last year. We didn't like the last 4 years. But before that, I think it was like every year. Anyway, maybe we just don't grow it enough. Close the Arc says, subject water here in the Southwest. Yeah. Steele said, drove dump trucks and semis for 30 plus years. Still prefer having a truck, even if it's just a 3500 Ram with a Cummins. Yeah. I'd rather have a 3500 Ram with a Cummins than a Lamborghini. Actually, I'd probably rather have the Lamborghini because I'd sell it and be able to buy the truck and a trailer and probably a new skid loader. So from a fine, let me see. The I'm of me duct tape for Band-Aids. Yeah. Let me see here. Half bubble off plum. That is still the greatest name ever. I inhaled a mosquito on the side of my knee with a 3,500 PSI pressure washer. Oh my goodness. Was a good idea at the time. I was almost done pressure washing and they kept biting me. Yeah. If you run a 3,500 PSI pressure washer across a mosquito on the side of your leg, you're going to lose more than the mosquito. That would hurt. Diamond Me says, I can grow corn. Finally, it took me 3 tries. Joint Hair, hello, how are you? Yeah. So Nancy, if you're still in here, I'd be curious to hear what we should be planting or what your advice is to be out there planting still this time of year. I know B would be, super excited to do that. We're super excited to go down that way.
Since they have available for planting, fall planting. Yeah. I would be interested in that as well.
Yeah. Well, and I'd be interested in going down the road of getting a better plan for next year.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad this year, but we could do better. I'm a slave driver, ain't I?
Well, I think some of that was like the deer. If I could get the deer from stop eating the bunnies. The bunnies ate the peanuts. The deer ate the corn. How are your peanuts, by the way? They're there. I actually moved one of the plants because I thought it was dead. And there was a peanut in there. So I was like, oh no, put it back. So that frost that we had, whatever was on the top is dead. But what's underneath it is still green. So, and she did say that they will be like late October, even into November, because they're under the ground.
I'm sure Nancy would be happy if you got some peanuts out of the deal.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. So talk about what you found in the woods.
What?
You sent me a picture about, oh my gosh, look what I found in the woods.
I found a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I found a pumpkin in the woods.
Yeah.
With a pumpkin, basketball-sized pumpkin. So, yay, free food.
She's out walking around the woods and stumbles into a pumpkin plant.
I was picking up trash because the wind was blowing 22 miles an hour. So picking up trash and I found a pumpkin.
I think that's neat. I told her that my bet was that a chicken ate a seed and went out and did its thing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Because I planted the pumpkins that I planted. I started in the greenhouse and then transplanted into the field. And they were up that way. So this was nowhere close to the pumpkins I planted.
Yeah.
Not even the same variety, because these were green and they're turning orange, to where the pumpkins I planted up top, they started orange and just got bigger, which the neighbor was like, that's weird. I've never seen a pumpkin that started orange and stayed orange.
Yeah. Well, I think if it's we need to figure out what variety it is, and that might be a good one to save seeds out of.
Oh, well, it says field pumpkin. My Google machine says that it's a field pumpkin.
Okay.
So
That Bubble Off Plum said, yep, I did. I seared my leg and still got a nice scar. Yeah, I bet. Oh, Nancy says right now, garlic, and we will be transplanting some onions.
Onions and garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You want some onions?
Which are both medicinal. I just grabbed a bunch of onion seeds I could put in the ground. Wait a minute. That was garlic that I got from Lisa. That was garlic.
Mm-hmm.
She did say it would take several years for them to get big, though, because they were small.
Yeah. So do you want some onions from Nancy, if they have any?
Yeah, I need to see what kind of onions. Have you heard of walking onions?
Nancy also, hold on, where are we at here? Yeah, Hippocrates says the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I will save seeds from that one.
Yeah. Keep those pumpkin seeds. Yep. Nancy says some people like to plant some kale, but our winter is hard. If you don't have anything to cover them, just wait till spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually want to be done growing. Bee's not going to allow me to have my way, but I want to be done growing for the year so we can just, enjoy the winter.
If I could get the pots in the greenhouse, then I can be planting like spinach and garlic and all that stuff in there. Kale is another one.
Mm-hmm.
I could, that pepper plant that's like 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
I could take that and trim it down and put it in the greenhouse.
Try it. As long as I get clean socks, I'm happy.
Right. You're picky. Can't you just wear some of mine?
Packrat says working on welding anything with a hidden knot of grease or upholstery, other flammable on the other side of the panel, too close to a hydraulic or fuel line. Yes, a merry blaze. Yeah. Carlene says I just ordered 1 pound of garlic from Nancy. Yeah, fabulous.
Nice.
Yep, I really like the Buffalo Seed Company. I like what they're doing, and I'm going to do my best to be supportive. And we're excited about it. Nancy's been just such a wealth of knowledge. She's been on our channel several times, donating her time, to you guys. So, if you guys go over there, and if you're going to order some seeds, at least you're ordering it from a like-minded person who's trying to grow it the right way, and trying to grow it naturally. You guys just go over there. Half Bubble Up Plum says, what are the dimensions of the canning kitchen? Yeah, so it would be 14 by 24. I think that's right. That's 30. No, that would be 16 by 24.
I think it's bigger than 14.
Yeah, 16 by 24. What was this one again? I always butcher it.
Chowchi?
Yep. Chowchi said, I had pumpkins from a plant that I never planted, and they started orange and stayed orange. Great harvest. Have to thank the birds. Yeah, that's what I would think, too.
The birds.
Mandy says, I have a lot of raspberry cuttings soaking in water for a couple days now. How do I keep them alive over winter? Anyone know?
I'd put them in the ground.
I'd put them in the ground, too. Yep, I'd get them in the ground now. Yep, absolutely. Jonathan says it's nice to go out back and cut fresh arugula all year here. South Texas advantage. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we can't do that here.
You can do a cold frame here.
Yeah, you did in your greenhouse. You could do it. You can grow all that stuff in your right in your greenhouse.
Yeah,
which you should do.
Yeah, he loves arugula.
Mm-hmm.
He can do cold frame here.
Yeah. My Crooked Little Homestead says that is one thing I can't do is weld. I'm blind in my left eye since I was a child. Yeah, but Lucy, here's the thing about welding. You can't hardly see anyway. So,
that's true.
I mean, you really kind of feel it a lot. So you could, and if anybody could weld, it's you. Deb said, my granddaughter bought a book from the book fair at her school and was telling me it had science projects in it. then went on to tell me she had done one of the projects, which was water filtration. How wonderful is that?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, super cool. Half Bubble Off Plum says, I have wild blackberries growing on the property. Do they ever bush out?
My blackberries haven't bushed out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're reproducing, so that's kind of together makes them look bushy, but
Yeah, because they sprout up all around them.
yeah.
Is that what you mean? Yeah. Yeah, they send the runners, right? And they send them up under the ground, and then another one pops up. But ours are all,
I mean, they're all in that same area,
yeah,
so
there's thousands of them. Yeah,
bushy, but
yeah. Anybody up in my neck of the woods? So I have a neighbor who's about 6 miles away, who's got an acre of blackberries, raspberries, that he wants to have removed, and said we can have all we want, but come get them, or he's going to mow them all down. So anybody wants to go with that one?
It's going to be a lot of work.
Yep. Half Bubble Plum, I have a wild blackberries growing on the property. Do they ever bush out? Yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, we have lots of wild ones too. They don't really bush though. Just looked at our forecast. Tomorrow's high of 77. Tuesday is a high of 44. Yeah, I like the 77.
High of 44.
Mm-hmm. Chiochi?
Chowchi?
Chowchi? I don't know why I struggle with that.
Chow, like bye-bye, chow, chowchi.
Lovage grows great in the winter.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
I don't either. What's lovage? Mandy says, my raspberry cuttings has no roots yet, so I can still get them in the ground.
There's no roots? How'd you get the... Oh, because they're cuttings.
Yeah. You could...
I've always just grabbed the root and stuck it in the ground.
Yeah, you can dip it in honey.
Honey is a root.
You know, hormone. Cover it in honey and then stick it in the ground, because that'll spawn it. And then there's also like
from willow trees.
Yep, Yoda at Grumpy Acres makes some rooting hormones out of willow and some other things, and you know you could contact her there, and you know maybe able to get some there too. Trinity Road says our blackberries keep running off everywhere, but don't really bush out. Yeah, same with ours. Deborah Jones says, closest I ever came to welding was wearing a helmet to watch an eclipse of the sun. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's actually pretty much what it looks like when you're welding. Skins Girl says, I just mowed most of mine down to amend the soil for the garden next year. Yeah. Jonathan says, I could eat raspberries every day, though not really as big on blackberries. Yeah, I like them.
I agree.
I like them both. Lovage is celery.
Okay.
You know what celery is?
Yeah. Do you?
I like celery.
Do you?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I actually like celery a lot with cheese in it.
What kind of cheese in it?
You know, it's celery and you just put some cheese on it and eat it.
Like liquid cheese?
Like
why'd you do like this? Are you talking about that canned cheese?
Yeah, like the canned cheese.
No. No, that's not cheese. Holy cow. That's what I said. What kind of cheese are you talking about? You're talking about that liquid canned stuff.
I don't care if it's the liquid canned stuff, if it's a
You're
slice
not
of cheese.
Cheddar.
A little piece of cheddar would be great on it. Just to
No,
cut
I don't
little
think
strips.
that sounds good at all.
I think
Cheddar and celery.
Yum. Where are we at here? Okay. Okay, Vicky says if they are the dewberries, they are more of a vine. They are semi-erect blackberries that produce canes. You can prune them and make them bushier. Oh, but no. The I'm of me says it's kind of like parsley, isn't it?
It says tastes like celery.
Carlene says lovage tastes like celery, and I use it in cooking. Oh, okay. So maybe it's not celery because it says it tastes like celery.
Yeah.
Parsley. Billy at Close to the Ark says Billy at Permapastures has the stuff to stop the deer problem. Yeah, we have some of his bone sauce. We're going to try it. B has been very reluctant to try it because she don't want to chase off the deer. Because guys, one great thing about where we live is you can sit out back and watch wildlife all the time. You know, we don't let people hunt our land. You know, we don't bother them if they don't bother us. And so they're everywhere. Steele says grasshoppers were really bad this year, annihilated our parsley and basil. I don't remember seeing very many grasshoppers this year.
Yeah, the chickens chase him. My basil
Oh,
is like, bam. The basil is that plant up there, the brown plant that died at the frost. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Deborah Jones says squirt cheese, and I am a me says ew.
Ew. Squirt cheese. I said liquid cheese. Squirt cheese.
Jonathan says cheese flavored
product spray. That sounds delicious.
RN says if anyone's interested in growing bamboo, please keep in mind that it's a lot easier to start than it is to get rid of. Cream cheese, Lance says. Yeah, cream cheese goes great on celery. Celery with cream cheese is yummy, Vicky says. Yep, I agree. Lance, I agree. Yeah, Half Bubble Off Plum says definitely blackberries. The patch is roughly 40 by 15. That's a nice patch.
Yeah.
The roots of the raspberry and blackberry are shallow, so easy to dig up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how B does it. Mandy Garrett.
Pop a little.
Yeah, instead of her taking a cutting, she just breaks off a piece of root and off you go. Glenn says celery and peanut butter.
That I would eat.
Yeah, with they put a raisin every so often.
No,
They call
I would not eat that.
Ants
on a log.
Ants on a log. Yeah. Steel Ross says
so
sharp
weird.
cheddar is good on everything.
No.
Hey, Steel, you and me are buddies now.
No.
You and me just bonded because I agree sharp cheddar is good on everything. Joanne Harris says, B, you can make Tag some pimento cheese for his celery.
Yeah.
You could do it you could do it the same day you made cherry cobbler.
Nope.
The same
You're
day.
not getting cherry cobbler neither.
Why not?
Because no cherry cobbler.
Guys, how are we going to convince her to make me cherry cobbler?
You're just going to have to get Jess down here.
Yeah, Jess will make me cherry cobbler.
Or up here, I guess.
Jasper's mom says, I want to watch wildlife. It'd be so peaceful. Guys, it is amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you can, and they are brazen. They'll get, well, how big is the closest deer that's ever come walking up by you?
Oh, just right off the back deck.
Like how far? Give me a distance.
The cowpeas. I was walking towards them.
Okay, so that's probably
like
60 feet, 70 feet away.
I'm trying to walk, to get them to go away from the cowpeas, and they were like standing their ground, like, no, we're not. I think it's because they've gotten used to us, and so they don't. Lily chased after her.
Pack Rat says cream cheese, sliced pickled green olives, mixed together, mashed into celery stalks every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The I Am of Me says chemical cheese in a can.
Yes.
Joanne Harris says chemical flavored cheese spray.
Gross. And you like that?
Well, I mean, in fairness, I only eat what you give me, and you don't buy it.
Yeah, I haven't bought that.
No, I have memories of a child of having things like cherry cobbler.
We used to get like Cheese Whiz in a jar.
Half Bubble Off Plum says that we have lubers here in North Florida, and they'll devour plants.
Eesh.
Mandy says, I started the bamboo, the runner kind, grove twice, and twice they all died. Now I only have 2 small bamboo trees left. Close the Arc says cherry cobbler and cinnamon rolls. B's got a list now.
Nope.
No, well, see, here's the thing
no
is that the
list.
cinnamon rolls are part of my history. And I've eaten them and I enjoyed them.
Part of my history.
And we'll bring them up again in 6 months. But I'm really holding on for cherry cobbler or blueberry cobbler. Which would you prefer? Would you rather make me blueberry or cherry?
Neither.
If you had to pick one, which would you prefer?
You're not getting a cobbler.
Why can't I have a cobbler?
Because it's not about the cobbler.
You're gonna wake up one of these mornings. I'm gonna make it myself.
No, you're not.
Bamboo around here is so invasive. I've heard a lot of people say that. And yes, I am a me. I did get cinnamon rolls, but I did not get cherry cobbler.
Nope.
Let me see. Half Bubble Off Plum. I lived in Northwest Florida for 35 years. Those things are awful. Yeah. Maybe he'd like some of that Frito-Lay jalapeno can dip cheese on his celery.
Huh.
Well, if you guys can tell that I don't really get much of what I ask for in reference to food. So sometimes you just got to take what you can get, you know. Jasper says, I remember taking the kids camping and in the morning was checking on them in the other tent and turned around to a moose 10 feet from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never lived up where moose and grizzly bears and stuff are, but I've always heard that the moose are more dangerous than the grizzly bears.
I've heard that too.
Carlene says, I love wild game on our property. They're yummy. Wild turkey and deer. Yeah.
They're yummy.
Urban White Buffalo says, can you put a lead on the deer and bring them to the processing tables? Yes, that's the goal. But this is why I don't let people hunt my land. You know, there's hunters all around me, and, you know, deer don't just stay on my land. I mean, they go all around, but
yeah,
I want them here and I want them to think it's safe here right up until the time I have to eat them. But until such time as I have to eat them, I'm going to sit on my back deck with a cup of coffee and really enjoy the view. Packard said, I haven't had it in years, but sharp, soft cheddar cheese from a red pound paper tub. It's been 50 years.
Red pound.
I don't even know what that is.
Red round paper tub.
Jonathan says, at my first job working in a kitchen in a local barbecue joint, we would always eat the leftover crusts out of the cherry cobblers. Good times. Yeah. Yeah. See, Jonathan gets it.
Leftover crust out of the cherry cobblers.
Yep. And Vicky Pullen says, how about blackberry cobbler? I'm all in. You agree?
You like blackberries?
I like
They have seeds in them.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
you
okay.
kind of have to swallow them.
Yeah, they're okay. But I like the taste of blackberry.
Yeah.
So
you could run that squeeze through the squeezo and get the seeds out.
Yeah. Jasper Mom says my grandma used to make rhubarb cobbler. I love rhubarb. Yeah,
you're a rhubarb.
I am
not a rhubarb fan because you got to mix it with something or stick a bunch of sugar in it.
Look at American Roots. American Roots said, Tag, you can't even find a tablespoon. I asked.
Yeah, because you said, I'm going to make some in the morning.
Yeah.
She says, you can't even find a tablespoon.
Yeah, so Jess was in my kitchen and she asked me, B wasn't there. She said, hey, where do I find a tablespoon? I'm like, why the hell are you asking me? I don't have any idea where it is.
You really don't know where like to find a tablespoon is?
I don't know.
A measuring cup? You don't know where those are?
I don't really get into the kitchen. I don't really mess with it much.
Yeah.
You know?
You shouldn't.
Yep. You see, Miley says, got me 5-pound hoop cheese this week. Cool. I would actually like to do some more, and I know B would like to too, to refine her cheese making skills.
Oh, my cheese making skills are awful.
Yeah, well, they're not awful. They're edible.
They're awful. Several times it was edible.
Yeah.
Several times we did not eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, but I'm a big cheese fan.
It came out more like cream cheese than it came out like, yeah.
I literally bumped into a large doe who was running past the barn, and I was running into the barn, and we were both stunned. Oh, that'd be an experience, wouldn't it?
Who was that? That's crazy. Chowchi?
Yep.
You're like, whoa, excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, Steele is asking Miley where she got the hoop cheese. I mean, that's some good age. That's some aged cheese. Yep. Oh my. I like a peach cobbler would be fine. I wouldn't put peach cobbler on the top. You know, blackberry, cherry, blueberry, I would put way above peach. Peach would be towards the bottom.
You're not a peach fan?
I'm not a huge peach fan, so it's okay though. But what you told me is I could have peach cobbler or nothing, I will take peach cobbler.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
I mean, I'm easily pleased that way.
Right.
Joanne Harris says, me either, be rhubarb. Yuck. I love rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb pie is one of my favorites.
Yeah, because you have to put strawberries with it.
I like
then
rhubarb.
It takes the flavor of the rhubarb away.
No, I like the rhubarb. No,
strawberries.
It gives you the sweetness of the strawberry, but then kind of the tang of the rhubarb.
And then a lot of sugar.
Urban White Buffalo, we're buds. He said they have teaspoons at Goodwill. Yeah.
We have teaspoons here too. You just don't know where they're at.
Hippocrates says, once worked at a restaurant where the owner made a baked chocolate cheesecake served with chocolate sauce and chocolate ice cream on the menu. It was called Sin. Yeah, you know, I had, when Jonathan came down, he brought me a chocolate pumpkin pie. which I'd never even heard of. Okay, Steele says apple, blueberry, blackberry, cobbler in that order. Oh, no. So I
like apple.
I would do cherry, blueberry, blackberry, apple, peach in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packrat says you get a flaky, super lard crust going on the cobbler. It's worth noshing on the crust.
Yeah.
B makes her own. Well, not makes her. Does that you say that right? You make your own lard.
I render lard and then make crust with it.
Yeah.
Lard is good at all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds.
Deb says, anybody on here eat a sweet potato pie, or is that just a Southern thing?
Yeah, we've eaten sweet potato pie.
Yeah. We more though. We just eat the sweet potato.
Yeah,
sweet
I like
potato
sweet
fries,
potatoes.
baked sweet potatoes, etc. Yeah. Remy's Great World of Fishing. Hey, Tag, long time no see. Well, I don't know when the last time I seen you, so you got to give me a better clue than that.
Too bad you can't click on that picture.
Yeah. Southern Born. Yep, get your own teaspoon. I can get my own teaspoon. Sandy says, I've never eaten anything rhubarb.
Oh.
Really? Rhubarb's amazing.
Not really.
B, I've got a couple sets of magnetic measuring spoons. Tag won't lose them. See? There's solutions here. You know what? She'll make them for me. Or I'll get tired of it and I'll just go to the bakery and buy my own, because I know I'm very good friends with the owner of the local bakery. And I could get him to make me anything I want because he clearly loves me.
Uh-huh.
Richard said, Mom used to make rhubarb on biscuits. I like rhubarb. Sandy says, I like apple crisp or pumpkin crunch, both with oatmeal and walnuts. That sounds delicious.
Oatmeal and
Remy's
walnuts.
Great World of Fishing says cutting wood. Yeah, we cut a whole bunch of wood. A whole bunch of wood. We're still dealing with it too. I don't even have it all cleaned up yet. There's probably still, I don't even know, 6 or 8 cords still down in the hole where we were cutting all day. And we put 13 and a half cords away, cut, split, and stacked. Randy says the Gulf Coast Homesteading coming up at the end of the month. Yeah, they put I don't remember who put it on there, but somebody put it on the freesteading calendar.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so if you look at the events, I'll show you pumpkin. See right there? Gulf Coast. Look at that.
Oh, I like that they put a little flyer on there.
Yeah. Look, you can touch any of these. Right?
You just hover over it.
Yeah, you just...
Mine didn't do that on my phone.
Well, have you tried?
I don't recall hovering over them, so no.
Deb says these lives always turn to food talking, and it makes me hungry at bedtime. Yeah, me too. I'm cooking some up tomorrow. Come on down. Yeah, no doubt. Close the arc. I gained 10 pounds learning about desserts tonight. Does anyone like fried pies?
Fried
Yeah,
pies?
so isn't that, I've never heard it called that, but wouldn't that be like a two-sided pie that they deep fat fry?
I've never seen I've never seen that.
You know, like a pocket, like a hot pocket, but it's got fruit stuff in it. Like McDonald's would serve when we were younger. They have apple pie still, but when I was younger, they sold cherries.
Fried.
Oh, yes, they were. How do you suppose they got hot and crispy on the outside?
They baked them.
No. No.
I've never worked fast food.
Okay.
You're telling me that you worked fast food and they deep fat
fried them? They deep
fat
fried them, yes. Let me see. Fried pies are tasty, but not something I eat regularly. Yeah. A lot of grease. Good night, everyone. I have a busy day tomorrow. Take care. Stay safe, says my crooked little homestead. Yeah. Hey, I'll get our video out pretty quick. And I wish you best of luck harvesting your turkeys. Mandy says, do you cut firewood manually just with an axe, or do you have some gadget to cut with? Oh, my goodness, Mandy. So, yeah, so like at the gathering we had this last weekend here, we had 9 chainsaws, 2 log splitters, and a sawmill going all at one time. I try not to do anything manual if I can get away with it.
Right. Growing up, my brother used the axe, the splitting axe.
RN says, mine did not show up when I was trying to see what was on the calendar. RN, is the Gulf Coast yours? because it's coming up great
Does
for
it
me.
say who put it on there?
No, it doesn't. But let me see here if I can click on it and see what it says here. I see it doesn't tell me who posted it or anything, but meetups, Facebook. Yeah, I'll be interested to know the answer. All right, let me see here. Joanne Harris said, I live in an area that used to be known. Are you reading it?
No.
Used to be known for its apple orchards. We love fresh fried apple pies. Fried cherry pies, yum. Yeah, see, I'd put a cherry pie way above an apple pie. Way above. A cherry pie would be up there with like a coconut cream pie and a strawberry rhubarb. The 3 greatest pies ever created.
No. Apple.
What would be your top 3?
Apple, for sure. Apple, cherry. And then all fruit?
Well, I picked a coconut.
Oh. Yeah, apple and cherry. Those are blueberry. Mm.
So you don't know what your top 3 are.
Yeah. I'm not that's your thing.
Sandy says the McDonald's pies are fried.
Okay. I didn't eat very many of those growing up. Don't remember. Never worked there, so I wouldn't.
Good night, Carlene. Thank you for coming. Mandy said, I've eaten fried ice cream pretty good and sinful at the same time. Yep. Yeah. You can fry them in an air fryer now with no grease. Yeah, B uses an air fryer all the time. Joy Harris says, what my mom used to do was make biscuit dough, the roll out, fill with fruit, and cook in skillet, but not deep fry. Yeah, that sounds delicious. They were fried. IMME says they were fried. First job was Mickey D's. Lovage has many municipal values. Look it up. Too much to list here, Lisa says.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Let me see. Steel Rose says apple fritter and a cup of mud. Yummy.
Cup of mud.
I don't know what your definition is of a cup of mud, but I will tell you an apple fritter and a glass of chocolate milk is delightful. Urban White Buffalo Farm says string, rubber bands, Ziploc bags, and magnets, all the best things to have lots of. Man, there's a lot of things I'd put on that list. Screws, nails, bolts, glues. RN says, not mine, just wanted to see what it was. Yeah, so when I hover, and I'm on my desktop, but so I guess you guys are on your desktop too, right? Because you're using the desktop, not the deal. But when I hover over it.
Well, no, because if you're using your phone.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it on the phone, but on my desktop, I just hover over it. The screen pops up, shows you the advertisement. Let me see, where am I at here? Can you use cypress sawdust in the garden? I think so. I think the only ones you got to worry about are walnut, cedar, redwood. Walnut, cedar, redwood. I think are the ones that come to my mind.
Cedar was the only one that came to my mind. What about black walnut? That's
what I just said, walnut. Walnut, cedar, and redwood.
Okay.
Are the ones I'd stay away from. Must be from the south. Sandy says, I hate cherries. Oh, cherries are so amazing. Jasper Mom says, tag, now I know you and me'd get along. Cherry first and then coconut cream. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put cherry first or coconut cream first. They'd be just 1A and B. They'd all be there. I thought having a portable shop was genius. The chainsaw gets dull. Trade it for one. That was cool. Yeah, that's one of the greatest things. And, Darren from Hacks and Homestead does such a great job. You just drop it off. And it's not even when they just get dull. They run out of fuel. Gets out of fuel. We don't even put fuel in them. We just take them back to the tent and grab another chainsaw.
Well, he can make anything run.
Yeah, and it just makes for a just super efficient time. Mandy said, whoa, tag, you didn't just say the magic word coconut cream pie, my favorite. Yeah, I put coconut cream way at the top. Packrat says that fried pies are indeed a southern thing. The D-shaped crust, delight. Yep, served hot with vanilla ice cream. Urban White Buffalo's and McDonald's deep fat fried apple pie from the 70s. Now they're all baked. I used to buy them when they were cherry pies many, many years ago, but I don't buy the apples. We don't really go to McDonald's, so.
Right.
Let me see here. Mud is strong coffee. Okay, got it. I don't really eat any. I don't really eat anything with my coffee. Like I'm not a donut dipper into coffee, but in a glass of milk, I'm in. Jonathan says, in this neck of the woods, mud means some variety of chocolate pudding with crushed Oreo cookies dessert. Yeah, kind of, that does not sound good to me. South, pecan, sweet potato, apple. Oh, so Glenn says his pies in order would be pecan, sweet potato, and then apple.
Pecan pies. You don't like pecan pies, do you?
They're okay. I wouldn't put them in my top 10, but Jasper Mom says they always called that dearth cake. You see, not many that's not from the South use the word fritter. That's what I've heard them called all my life before Mickey D's named them fried pies. Got it. Close the Arc says, tried to make key lime pie last night. Decent first try. Yeah, I like key lime pie. Half Bubble Off Plum says cherry, key lime, and bourbon chocolate pecan. That last one sounds pretty good.
Bourbon chocolate pecan.
Arthur says, what about chess pie? One of my favorites. I've never even heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Joanne Hare says the favorite pie is pecan. So let's talk about making pies.
That's a Christmas thing.
What about a Thanksgiving thing?
Thanksgiving, I usually don't make pies. Somebody else does.
What about this year?
No.
Won't we start a new tradition?
No.
No?
No.
No. What's 2 hours?
Yeah.
Should we call it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, guys, it's been 2 hours. We're going to get out of here. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for coming. And again, for those of you who weren't on in the beginning, I'll just kind of summarize real quick some of the big deals coming out. So the land for sale thing, we got a shot at 3 of the 4 pieces of land ending up going to a freesteader. And I'm super excited about this. The community continues to grow. The next video is coming out. We got a cinnamon roll video coming out, I think on Sunday. We just had a lot of fun with it. And I picked on Deb the whole time, but it was really cool. My speech in Tennessee is coming out. And then my interview with the Terminator from the Crooked Little Homestead, which was fascinating. And I'm going to get Russ on here to film one of these coming up. Pretty cool. The Freesteading app is almost ready for release. And we're playing with the marketplace every day. So that looks exciting. Also, we're updating all of the forums. And so that'll come out, pretty quick too. Other than that, just a special thanks to all the people who came out to the Homestead rotation. There was, again, 40 people out there. I logged 288 man hours in the course of that day. We put up 13 and a half cords of wood. That's stack split. That's the whole thing. We also mulched a big pile of mulch for bee. And then in addition, through the sawmill, we put up a bunch of wood that then I'm going to use to make cabinets and use to make a whole bunch of other things. Primarily what we put up was locust, but I still got 20 or 30 big walnut trees down there that need to get milled up. So we'll get working on those kind of things. Next Friday, we'll do another live as we get out there. So I guess, guys, till we do it again, go live a little freer today than you did yesterday. Hold the line, don't give an inch.
Be out.
Tag out. See you guys. Good night, everybody.